Hey guys, it's StargateAnnounceFan02 and I'd like to give you an update of my Warhammer 40k army and an update of my channel in general. Okay guys, so basically I've been very busy with schoolwork and training exercises and stuff in school and my sport and everything, and I've just been extremely busy. I've also been busy getting up to speed with my Warhammer. If you've noticed a few of my videos, I've made basic mistakes, but I now know a lot more about Warhammer and how to play it. I've been working on my painting skills on Warhammer 40k, and this video is about basically an update of my new army, which, as you can see in the middle here, is my Stormraven painted red, which sort of gives it away. Which is Blood Angels, which I started collecting about a few months ago, and I've nearly completed fully painted army, about 2,500 points. And I basically just want to update you on the channel because I haven't uploaded a video in over 3 months since before Christmas, and I want to apologize to the small amount of subscribers that I do have about that. So let's get into the update on my army. So basically I've started collecting Blood Angels about 3 months ago, and within those 3 months I've painted and collected a lot of models. So I'm just going to give you an overview of the army here. You can see there's a Land Raider, Furioso, Death Company, Stormraven, my HQ choices, and Asteroids over there in the Death Company. Also got a 10-man assault squad, 10-man or 12-man attack squad, and a Rhino. Although it doesn't look like much, there's a lot of upgrades that went behind this army, and a lot of work went into painting them. So let's start off with my Death Company Land Raider. As you can see, I've detailed it very well, in my opinion anyway. I've weathered it, washed it a lot. I still have to paint the commander in it and the gunner, but other than that, it's pretty good. It's pretty much done already. Yeah, it's pretty much done already. See the side Flamestorm cannons there as the Land Raider Redeemer. Made a mistake about that in my video about 2 years ago that I called it a Crusader. But yeah, that's my Death Company Land Raider. And here's my favorite model in the army. This is a Furioso Dreadnought. I still have to base it a little bit more. Basically, that's just a Denab stone with a Badab black wash, I think, on it. I just have to paint the rim of the base, put a bit of sand on it, paint the bullets and the skulls in it itself. And I've washed the model pretty good. Still have to do a bit more work on the weathering. Sorry guys. Still have to do a bit more work on these talents. We're going to make them sort of a force weapon effect. But this is my bad boy of the army. Takes out like nearly half of an army every time I field it. We have Asteroid the Grim, my new HQ choice. I recently just got him and recently just finished painting him and basing him the other day. So I think he looks pretty good. Well, that's my opinion. I think he looks pretty good, and I'd like to thank my friends, Archangel Abel, for helping me paint this model. He helped a lot painting this model in the base coats and stuff like that. So I'd like to thank him. This model took about, all in all, about 5 hours to put together and paint properly. That includes drying time and waiting for the paint to set and the PVA and all to dry. So that's not a bad amount of time to spend on a model. Then we've got my Death Company, which are also based the same way as Asteroid. We've got one with a Thunderhammer here. We've got chain swords at the back, and we've got a power sword in there. I didn't wash any of the white decals on them because I think they look a lot better with the white really prominent, as you can see on the back of their jetpacks and everything else. I think they look really well like this, and I'm really happy about how they turned out. I have recently only finished them a few weeks ago. I'm going to take you now to my HQs. We've got a Librarian. This is actually from my old Ultramarines army. I just based him yesterday actually, but because the Librarians in the Blood Angel army can be blue, I just thought I'd put him in this army as well, so we use them for both. We've got Chaplain, or Ecclesiarch, which I use for Lamarde, Guardian of the Lost sometimes. And we have Commander Dante, who I very rarely use. I mostly use Asteroth, and Lamarde is actually an elite choice for the Death Company. I think he's either an elite choice or a troop choice for the Death Company. I also got a 10-man assault squad, overpowered. It has it has 2 power fists in it and 1 chainsword, because I usually have 2 5-man squads, one with each 2 power fists, as you can see over there. The rest just have normal basic chainswords. I think there's another power sword in there somewhere. Then I have a basic tack squad with Brother Carbolo, who usually leads them to give them Feel No Pain and Furious Charge. I usually put him sometimes with the assault squad. Sometimes I usually put a Sanguinary Priest in there to give them the rolls to hit, and like obviously Furious Charge and stuff like that. And sometimes Feel No Pain. These usually I usually put these in the Rhino. If not, I put them in the Land Raider if it's not being used by something else, which usually it's the jump packs and stuff. Basically, basic model, basic weaponry in here is the bolt gun, rocket launcher, flamer. Basically, your basic tack squad, guys. Nothing special about them. Brother Carbolo has a hand flamer and power fists. As you can see, I'm a big fan of power fists. But back there is a captain, because I don't really like 10-man squads. I usually use 5-man squads. That's why there's a captain and Carbolo there. I've based them snow, something different to the stone, because I did that snow ages ago before I had full experience in basing, and I didn't really like the snow afterwards, so I used sand and the brown bases instead. Back there is a undercoated rocket launcher, which I'm yet to finish. There is a basic Rhino painted red, washed, and bit of gold decal and silver and washed tracks. Basically, I'm gonna put a big Blood Angels sign in black on the back here. Hopefully I'll do that today. And my centerpiece of my army is a Stormraven gunship. I really like the way it turned out when I finished it a few weeks ago. Still trying to get the few parts that I want to get done to it. Like if you zoom in here, you can see the pilot. I have painted him, but I still need to wash him. The Twin Link Multi-Melta. Still have to drill a few holes into the weapons. I usually do those after I completed painting them. Still have to put the holes into the assault cannon and the Hurricane sponsons on either side. The engines I've just recently washed. You can see the burn scorch marks around them. The lights I used varnish blue and varnish to get the shiny effect off them. I didn't paint the glass. I thought it would ruin the job I did inside the cockpit and the gunner, the servitor in the cockpit up there. I didn't paint the inside. The only part of the inside I painted was the cockpit. I didn't paint like the ramp or anything. I think I painted the inside of the ramp, but it's a bit there. I only painted like the outside of the ramp. I didn't actually paint inside of it, so I just turn on the flashlight. I didn't actually paint inside here. I left that completely like dark. So there's that. So that's basically my Blood Angels army. As you know, I've used to collect Ultramarines. I've lost, I think, 2 or 3 times with this army, and that's out of about 25 games. So sometimes I draw, sometimes I win, and the times that I do win, I usually annihilate the other army. Really, because I don't really bring a mechanized list. As you can see, there's 3 vehicles, if that, in my army, and plus I don't bring the Rhino often. I bring all the time, I bring my Death Company, even if I don't use them, because they are very point expensive, especially with the upgrades I've given them. I think my Death Company add up to 235 points, the 5 of them, and when I put Astaroth in there, it adds up to about 445, or 450, or 450. Especially, and if I bring the Death Company, sure, I have to bring the Furioso Death Company Dreadnought, which adds another 150 points. And then I need somewhere to transport them, and if the Storm Raven's already being used for the Assault Marines, I have to bring the Land Raiders. So what you see really is not the army that I field often. Basically, my basic fielding army is all of the Death Company, including Astaroth, Storm Raven, Assault Marines, and a Librarian, and leave the rest out. I could that have gone. I don't use tack squads. I'm going to invest in more Assault Marines down the road, and hopefully this will become a fully troop-orientated army with dedicated transports. So guys, that's been an update on my channel. I hope to start updating or uploading videos a lot more often than I used to, and I'm really sorry for that, for not uploading a video in a while. I just was sitting here and said, you know, I'm going to do a video on my Blood Angels, considering that I'm working on them really hard over the past few days. So that's basically my Blood Angels Army and an update on the channel. I hope that this grabs a new audience, and I just hope that people will comment, rate, and subscribe, and for really important, subscribe, because I really want to get my channel noticed out there. So thanks for listening, thanks for watching the video. Hope you enjoyed the video. Anything you want me to do for a video, I will. So thanks guys, Derek Lannis Fan 2, signing out. Bye.